In this video, I'm taking you to Senegal and we are going to explore this beautiful country together in 7 days.
Welcome to Senegal!
Welcome to Senegal!
ñu ngi leen di dalal jàmm fii ci Sénégal.
Welcome to Senegal! In this video, I will tell you how to explore the best of this beautiful country in 7 days. So, without wasting more time, let's start! I spent 3 fun days and I've arrived into Senegal, and my first stop here is the Fatala Reserve. I'm staying in Fatala Lodge in this beautiful luxury tent, which brings a little bit more comfort to the safari experience. The camp was really nice and peaceful, and I wasted no time and headed over for a nice safari game drive. It is quite a big reserve and there's quite a lot of different really beautiful animals and a lot of birds as well. I was quite surprised by the variety of birds actually. I met a bunch of giraffes, which I was really happy about because I've never been this close to them, and I also got to meet some zebras who were really chilled, and interestingly we were allowed to get off the jeep. My first day in Senegal was an absolute triumph and I really enjoyed staying in Fatala Reserve, but I had something more interesting for next morning. My second day in Senegal was really exciting, perhaps the most exciting one because I got to meet these beautiful lions and did the lion walk in Fatala Reserve before heading out. It is a really surreal experience and I was really scared, nervous and excited all at the same time. With adrenaline rushing through my veins, I am heading to my next stop, which is actually the sacred baobab, the largest baobab tree in Senegal. It is not just about the baobab, it's quite a rural setting and the area is really peaceful and also really beautiful. But the star of today is Saloum National Park. This is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Most importantly, it is famous for its diversity of birds. It's an area of incredible beauty and I always love mangroves, so it made it even better for me because there's so much peace and quiet when you actually go through these beautiful channels. What made it really special for me is that we went on a boat. So these are traditional brightly colored boats. They don't use the rows anymore and they use engines, but it was still really good because you get to experience it in local style. I got to see so many different kinds of birds and the day ended with a really beautiful sunset over Saloum Delta. I'm sure you want to find out some more exciting, amazing places to visit. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so I can bring you some more. It is my third day in Senegal and it is going to be quite different from the first two. I have just arrived on the Shell Island and it is something I've never seen before. This is actually an island made entirely of the shells. The streets are entirely made of shells and it's a little weird to walk on them first, but you get used to it. It's a really colorful island and after a little walk around, we started heading to the next little island close by, and that's the Shell Island Cemetery, which is also entirely made of shells. My guide here was really nice. He was a local guy who told me a lot of interesting customs and cultures, which I don't think I would know if I just came here on my own. I'm arriving in Dakar tonight, but before that, there's a quick stop to make because who doesn't love to see more animals? I'm heading to Bandia Reserve on the way to Dakar. It was a day of good guides because I found a really funny guide. She was amazing. She told us so many little stories about the animals there. They don't have any predators in Bandia. We only saw the hyenas in a little enclave, which was a little sad, but everything else was roaming around. And we got to see some interesting monkeys, and at the end we got to the crocodile pool, a pool literally full of crocodiles. It's my fourth day in Senegal and I am in the capital, Dakar. Now, truth be told, I actually did all of these places in 2 days because it's a little tight on time. If you want to do all of this in one day, it's actually not possible. I'm starting my day by heading to the Gori Island, which is really nice. And honestly, you should not miss it no matter what, even if you have one day in Dakar. It's really colorful, it's so much fun to walk around, and there's a bit of a history lesson when you go to the slave house as well. The island is quite small and you can easily walk around, and there's also a really beautiful beach here. I got to explore some other highlights of Dakar as well. This includes the cathedral of the city, which has a really simple and elegant but beautiful dome. The Mosque of Divinity, which is really colorful and the only multi-level mosque I've ever been to. Then followed by that is the African Renaissance Monument, which is actually taller than the Statue of Liberty. But I wanted to check out the Ngor Island, which is on the other side, and honestly, if you're short on time, I would recommend skipping this. Although it was really beautiful and colorful as well, it was quite crowded and the beach was not as nice as Gori. And my absolute favorite spot in Dakar, the westernmost point in all of Africa. I've been really excited about visiting the Pink Lake ever since I started planning for Senegal because everyone mentions it and obviously the idea is amazing. Well, today is the day for that. Well, except when I arrived, the lake was not pink anymore. I am here right after the rainy season, and because of all the rainfall, all the salt has dissolved and the lake is a normal body of water, nothing pink about it. I was quite disappointed by it, but that was soon to be left behind because we went on a crazy Jeep ride. It was a really old Jeep and I was really scared, but it was really fun because of so much adrenaline rush, and we went on a really beautiful stretch of beach. I was scared throughout that Jeep ride, but we switched to our normal car and headed to Saint Louis. Senegal is the old French colonial capital of Senegal as well as Mauritania, and it's a really colorful island which is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The bridge that connects the island of Saint Louis to the new city is wrongly famous because I think it was made by Gustave Eiffel. Well, not the case, but it's a beautiful bridge. The island next to the historical center has a fisherman village which ends at a really beautiful beach. Well, I was quite tired, so I decided to just not do anything else and go enjoy a beautiful sunset. Bonjour from Saint Louis. It is time to explore the historic center of this really colorful island. Well, you can easily do it on foot. There's no problem walking around at all. But I just got myself a horse carriage because I wanted to experience it without sweating a lot. It's a really hot day. The tour was quite interesting. I got to see so many interesting buildings that I probably would have missed myself, and also some local customs and cultures, and some interesting quirky places like a mosque with a church bell. The tour also took me to the nearby fisherman village where I got to see how they live. They're quite nice people and there's so many kids around. It was fun to explore it a little bit as well. The tour lasted about 3 hours, and after that I got some lunch, and then I walked around on my own to find some more interesting buildings that I'd seen during the tour, and I wanted to experience a little bit more up close. I rested a little bit after lunch and then headed to the Lompoul Desert. It's my last day in Senegal and I'm going to be spending half of it here in Lompoul and the rest of it on the way to Dakar to get my flight in the night. I stayed in this really nice camp, which was quite nice and much better than expected because it was not touted as a luxury experience, but it was a luxury experience with an outdoor shower as well. I explored the rest of my morning exploring the dunes around, which was quite fun. And then there was some camel riding, but I preferred to spend some time with the camels on their own instead of riding them, so I gave that a miss. The days are much hotter in Lompoul, so after lunch I started heading over to Dakar, picked my bags and then headed to the airport to come back to London. I have created more videos for this beautiful country. Click on the link above and check out the playlist that will give you some travel tips, individual destinations, and more importantly, food. This is Brown Boy Travels. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to find out some more beautiful places like the one right behind me, don't forget to hit subscribe. Do like the video. Do let me know in comments what you think or where you'd like me to visit if you have an interesting place in your own country. If you have more questions, feel free to write me on Instagram, on email, and do check out my TikTok as well. I promise I post different stuff everywhere. So I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.